Como eu queria comer essa barrinha nesse exato momento. Infelizmente eu não posso porque eu estou em finalização pro meu campeonato. Mas você pode comprar lá no site da Probiótica utilizando o cupom Brandão, que vai ter desconto. Corre lá, come essa barrinha por mim, por favor.
Keep that load on that. Keep the load on the lat. Don't drop it. Let's go. 3 reps. 1. 1. It's big, right? It looks full, doesn't it? Squeeze, contract. Contract. Contract, good. Good half, come on. Good. Drive, drive, drive. Good. Stay there. Singles, let's go. Good. Load up again, stay there. Pull, pull. Good. Stretch. Last rep. Good set. Good set.
Gonna move?
Fucking, yeah. Mate, you look full.
Look full?
Yeah, you look fucking full. Yes, you do. You look fucking full. You look very full. Two, good half. 5, come on. 6, 7, perfect. 8, try, try, try. Don't forget, we've been on low carbs for days and days. So, like, you know, it's only today now we started the loading process, but we haven't really indirectly started loading yet. We haven't even started loading yet because yesterday we did a total of like 250 grams of carbs yesterday. 100 meal 1, 100 meal 2, 50 in meal 3. He's only had 2 meals today, so he's only done 200 grams of carbs today already. So even though we're going to start the loading process, yesterday was the 8th day, right? And those carbs aren't going to be relevant until later on this afternoon, so.
I'm feeling tired today.
Yeah, yeah.
I think because my sleep was
Not so good, yeah.
not so good, yeah. Galera, eu tirei aqui o microfone que estava me atrapalhando. Mas estou me sentindo cansado porque acordei. Essa noite foi muito ruim de sono. Perdi o sono várias vezes, então me atrapalhou durante a noite.
You can go. Good half. Excellent. Good. Good. Last rep. Good. Good half, come on. Good. Very tight. Good, come on. Good. Good, stay strong. Good half, come on. Excellent, come on, nearly there. Try. Good set. Good set, pull, pull. 8, nearly there, drag him down. Good half. Strong, strong, strong.
O Rafa tá treinando bem, apesar de estar bem cansado. Agora são terça-feira, ele compete na sexta, então já deu início aí na desidratação. Na verdade ele já está fazendo a hiperidratação, mas já está com um pouquinho de diurético. Então quando coloca o diurético a pessoa fica bem cansada. É uma das piores partes, assim. E aí por conta que começa a bater a ansiedade, aí já fica aquele sono mais superficial. Então hoje talvez seja o último treino, então dá pra ver que ele tá bem cansado. Mas assim, ele acordou com um físico, tipo assim, completamente diferente das outras competições, porque mesmo iniciando o carb up hoje, depois de vários dias de baixo carbo, ele acordou cheio, sabe? Cheio e mais seco. Então é muito legal, tipo, ver que é possível realmente a pessoa continuar secando, mas mantendo o volume e tal. Então foi até engraçado que ele mesmo se olhou no espelho e ficou tipo, caramba, meu, olha isso
Pull down of
aqui.
some kind.
Tipo assim, sabe,
Either on the
feliz,
machine over
confiante,
there,
é muito legal, porque geralmente
or
nessa
pull
fase
down
a
here,
pessoa
what
tá
you prefer?
tipo, com a cabeça a milhão, quieta e tal. E o Rafa
You
tá bem
choose.
diferente nessa preparação. Então o Nil tá sendo tipo assim, nota 10, 100%. E assim, a gente tá muito confiante. É lógico que a gente sabe que é o Arnold Ohio, o segundo maior campeonato do mundo. Mas o Rafa tem total chance de ficar entre o top 1 e o top 3 ali. Aí é lógico que tem muitas coisas envolvidas, né, numa colocação. Não só qual é o melhor físico no dia, mas o melhor comportamento no palco. Aí alguns árbitros preferem mais volume, outros preferem linha. Então tem muitas coisas que tornam, né, o julgamento relativo. Mas se for ver pela evolução do Rafa e pelo físico que ele tem apresentado, tem muita chance dele realmente chegar lá e surpreender.
Good half. Good. How do you feel? Okay. Oh, fuck. Good, come on. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. 6. Good. 10. Good half. Last few. Good. Try strong. Good, well done. Good. Good, come on. 10. Good, come on. 12. Good. Just 2 sets of a row of some kind. Single up, do you want to, yeah? Good. You go. Because we're not pushing it. Two, good. 5, good. Good. Okay, relax, relax. Looks like you're bringing your elbows forward. It feels like you're doing this as opposed to... Yeah. Hit the post exactly as if you're going to hit on this post stage. Good. Less water in that lower back.
Less water?
Yeah, definitely less water in that lower back. pull those lats out. Good, half. Good. That lat spread from the rear looks thick as well. It doesn't just look wide, it looks thick. Very good.
Roots are red, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Sit in. Front over bicep. Do all the comparisons now. Last spread. You're still holding a good thick fullness across your chest.
Across the chest?
Yeah, even though all the blood is in your back.
You think so?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, considering everything's in your back. Squeeze, squeeze. Good. Good. Okay, very good. Yeah, you saw that then, right?
Huh?
You saw the line start to come through. Yeah. Yeah. More so on the other side. It's very prominent.
Hands.
Good.
Wow.
Yes, good. So when I walked in here, I wasn't expect to see what I saw. And when I walked in here, it was just like, it was a big shock to the system. It was like, what the fuck? But I feel, to be honest with you today, I feel your body's just really, really tired.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Really
yeah, really tired. Because even though we're going to carb load today, you've done the same carbs today in meal 1 and 2 as we have in the other days, half. So you know, your body is very semi-depleted.
So we didn't start carb load yet.
We haven't started yet.
We just had the same meal as this 80 days until now.
Yeah.
And this night was terrible for me to sleep. And yeah, I think from today until tomorrow, I'm gonna have some meals, some water,
and just get
some naps.
Yeah, get some sleep.
Yeah.
The most important thing is you've got to sleep in at night time. You can't be napping too much in the day that you don't sleep at night. You've got to be sleeping at night time.
What happened yesterday? The same shit happening every day. We came to train posing, and then come back home, had my meal,
go to sleep. Yep.
Then woke up like to do my last meal. And
You're better off. You're better off just staying awake and staying awake. Instead of extending your meals every 3 hours, you eat meal 5 and then you eat meal 6, 2 hours or 1.5 hours later, and then shower and get your ass to bed, man. Just don't fall asleep.
I'm gonna do today a bed with
Epsom salts.
ice.
Oh
no.
We'll film that one. Yeah.
With Epsom salt.
Yeah.
And
okay.
I think it'll be good.
Good. Okay, so that's a wrap. Back and biceps finished. Obviously haven't been pushing too hard. Probably about 80% as far as aggressiveness, as far as breaking down muscle tissue. His body is still very fragile because we're obviously in a semi-depletion phase, but we're going to go into the carb loading phase now. So he's already done 200 grams of carbs, 100 meal 1, 100 meal 2, but we're going to start pushing carbs a little bit more now in the latter part of the day. Going to be putting another 450 grams of carbs in him, so it's going to be a total of about 650 today, roughly. He may pull that back a little bit, all depending on how he's looking. That being said, I feel that we can push really, really hard on the loading phase, but we're going to go in steady first of all, just because we want to make sure his digestive system doesn't get overloaded. Protein's going to stay the same today. Tomorrow it'll stay the same for meal 1 and 2, and then I'll start pulling the protein down a little bit. Water's still incredibly high, sodium's still very, very high. It's been a productive workout here. Looking forward to seeing what he looks like as we go through the day, as we start obviously getting those carbs into his system, and then tomorrow morning I'll sort of assess, see how he is. I'm going to look to probably dry him out a little bit more tonight. Started yesterday very, very, very slightly, see what he looks like in the morning, and then from there we'll assess and then look at Wednesday's meals and what we're going to be doing for Wednesday. Anyway, that's a wrap.